Alright, so I'm actually in the different settings. It became really dark in the other room. Yeah, so where did we left off? So I put these hot glue. Now I'm gonna work with the head. So these dried. I put another coat of beige color because it was coming through. And I made it a little bit lighter. But these look a little bit still a little dark. And I forgot to mention, so if you can't find these kind of balls, you can maybe find a wooden ones. I seen them online, and then you can just use those, and you don't have to even paint them beige color. You can just use the wood color. I think that would look really pretty. But I don't have the wooden ones, so I made these. So these would work. So I'm gonna hot glue them to the pine cone. And the way I'm going to do it is gonna get hot glue. Where the hole is, I just put it here and glue it on. Who does much? Put a lot of glue because, you know, the head needs to be attached well. Here. Oh, look, it's a little person already. So let it dry. Let's put the second head on. I don't need these anymore. The other day I burnt my fingers with hot glue, so be careful. Alright, so these are good. So while these are drying, actually can sit. We're gonna make a hat. So because I made these before, I already have a pattern made for the hat. And the way it works is it's like this, and then you put on top like this. I mean, you can make a different hat, but that's the hat I want. And the way I made it is, it's not too difficult. You can just make it yourself. You take a piece of paper. Sticky actually would work well because you can use the sticky part. And then you make a cone like this. And once you made a cone, and, you know, the head fits stuff the size that you want, you go ahead and cut it. Right. Yep. See? And then once you cut it, you smooth out the edges to make it better. Make it nice. And I think that will work. Yeah. See? Nice hat. And then I'm gonna cut it right there. It should overlap a little bit. So yeah. Came out a little bit bigger than the other one. And then you can trim it a little bit. And that's how you make the pattern. And the reason why it works. So this part is sticky, so it's nice. So the way we're gonna glue it is we're actually gonna put a hot glue here on the fabric, and then put it together. And that's how it's gonna come out. But yeah, you practice first on paper. Once you like the paper one, Then we're gonna make it out of fabric. So these came out pretty close, I think. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna clean it up. The mess. Art makes a lot of mess, but it's okay. That's what it makes it pretty. So I'm gonna use a fabric like this. This is classic felt. Again, you can probably get it in Michael's or some other craft store. I like the red one because it's Christmas spirited, but you can make it any color you want, and I think that'd be pretty nice looking. So now let's cut the hat out. So the way I do it is I want to fit as much as possible, so just gonna see which way works better, and we're gonna cut. There we go. And then actually I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger than the front. Like this. See how it looks. Do it like this. Yeah, that's how it looks. We're gonna use this for our thread because we need something attached to the head so we can hang it eventually like this. So I don't know where you can get this. Probably any ribbon will work too. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. I probably want the loop to be this big. I think I like it this way, so I'm gonna cut it. And I'm gonna make a knot. Nice knot. This is big enough. I mean, you can make it bigger too. It probably doesn't matter. And first I'm going to attach it to the hat here in the middle with hot glue. I'm going to just put it right there. Attach it. Sometimes I use scissors too, so I don't have to touch the hot glue. Almost done. And now we're gonna put it together. So I'm gonna put the hot glue on the edge right there. So I'm actually right-handed, but the cord is too short, so I'm doing a lot of it with left hand. But I was left-handed when I was really young. I was switched to right hand, so I can do stuff with both hands, which is nice. Alright. Oops. And you can clean this up later too. So that's how the head looks, and it's pretty good, I think. Let's see, yeah. I'm gonna trim a little bit. I'm a perfectionist like that. And actually, what I like to do is make the head. It's a little soft for me, which is fine, I think. But I'm gonna put a little bit more hot glue in there to make it a little bit firmer. So, oops. the head a little bit dark, but it'll dry off. And it'll be good, I think. It makes the hat firmer. And we're gonna hot glue it to the head, like this. And the way I do it is I put hot glue on the edge of the hat. It's a little bit more difficult to do with the left hand because I got used to using my right hand. It's okay. Now we attach it to the head. There you go. Let it dry. While it's drying, we're gonna do this guy. I think it came out pretty well. Yeah. Alright, so let's do the hat for this way. This one. And I'm gonna use this one. It's actually nice because it sticks to the fabric. It doesn't have to be super perfect. It is handmade. I'm gonna try it on. Looks good, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna do loop. I want it to be, yeah. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. It's very difficult to get the lighting right in videos. Maybe my next one will get better. There we go. Ooh, I touched it again, but it wasn't too hot. Ooh. Another thing, it's like, what's fun about the hot glue, reminds me of cheese. Because it goes all over and it sticks to you. Alright, it's attached. And now I'm gonna put it on the edge right there. Very carefully. Yesterday when I was making these, the glue was so hot, it burnt my fingers. It's okay if there's a little bit of glue here that you can tell. And we can clean it up afterwards. So, yeah, looks good. The head is sticking out a little bit. I'm going to trim it. There we go. I think it looks good. Attached. And this is dry already, it's really fast. See? Looks like a person almost. Getting there. Alright. So I think we're done with hot glue for now. Because we're gonna paint the faces. And then we're gonna put the beard on. I'm gonna use the hot glue again. So for the beard, I'm using this. I got it at Michael's. You can see it's wireless chenille. I don't know what this is for. Maybe decorate the tree. But I'm gonna use it for the beard because look how nice it will look. Yeah, it looks awesome. So we're gonna do that. And yesterday originally I put the beard before I painted the faces, and then I realized it's really hard to paint the faces because the beard gets in the way. So this time we're gonna paint the faces before putting the beard on. Let me turn off my hot glue. I'm going to start painting. Alright, so we're going to paint the faces now. And for that, we're going to need some blue, white, a little bit of red and white, and black. So because I painted yesterday, these are dry, so I'm going to mix another set of acrylic paint. For the face, I'm going to use these two brushes. Yeah, so one of them is really tiny. I don't know. Yeah, doesn't want to focus, but one is really tiny brush. See? And one is bigger. Alright, let me mix some paint. Okay, put these aside. So again, I'm using these paints. Probably doesn't matter which acrylic paint you use. And you can use gouache too. I like gouache, but couldn't find it. But it gives you a matte finish. Acrylic is more glossy. I'm using this blue. I'm gonna mix it with white. And you need just a tiny bit of color. Interesting, I might have used a different blue yesterday. But it's okay, it doesn't matter. And a little bit of red. Okay. We need water, of course. Okay, let's start mixing in paint. So the red, or the pink, it's actually going to be pink, is going to be the mouth and the nose. You just need to be patient. And it really depends on if you want to make it really red, you can just use plain red. Just pink is fine. I like it pinkish color. So I like this one. So I found some more brushes, and then I found this brush which I'm going to use for mixing. I'm not going to paint it. It's good to have paper towel nearby. When you paint, you always want towels so you can actually clean off your brushes. Alright, so mixing in blue. Okay. I'm going to take white, take blue. That's the color we get. I don't know. Pink. This definitely was a different color yesterday. That's okay. I like this blue too. So, yeah, I think I used this blue yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. I don't know. That one is fine too. See how it looks. Good. I'm gonna start painting, and I'm gonna start painting this really tiny brush because I want to see where I'm gonna put the nose and the eyes. And I'm going to start with the white paint. So I think the nose should be here. I'm going to paint in the nose, just around it, and paint in the beard. And if you mess up and you don't like something, you can always take another brush. Sorry, I should move all the brushes on this side. And then I'm gonna paint the nose here. I'm gonna put the mouth here. I'm gonna put the eyes right there. And I'm actually using the image I had from Anthropologie as my reference. So I know what I'm doing. I'm painting a similar face to this. Not exactly the same, but similar. And then I'm going to put the brows right here. So much easier to paint the face without having the beard right there. But yeah, it looks a little scary right now, but it's gonna look better soon, quite soon. Yeah. So for now, this is good. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the second one. I think it's fun to actually paint the face. Alright, so I think this is good for the face. Now, I'm going to paint the mouth. And I can use this. I was thinking of using this brush. But, yeah, I'll use that brush. As you can see, my drawing is not super perfect, but it's okay. And handmade items, they're not perfect. That's what makes it pretty. It doesn't have to be super round too. And or you can always fix. Clean it up. There we go. To paint a little reflection on the mouth. And the nose. I'm going to do the same here. Here. See it? Yeah. Now we're going to paint the blue eyes. little bit more difficult to paint because the camera is in the way, so I can't bring it really close to me. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing, the second one. So I think the blue is done, so I'm not gonna clean my brush, I'm just gonna go into black. Yeah, I'm using this black. Here. I'm gonna get the black. Wipe it off. Get the black. Doesn't matter what color your brush was before because black covers everything. But we want the paintbrush not to have too much paint on it, so it's easy to paint. Alright, so we're gonna paint the pupils. Oh, what's going on here? Let's not dry it. This looks dry. Yeah. I covered the blue, so I'm gonna go over the blue again. It's a little tricky to paint the eyes because they're so small. Okay. This is good. I'm taking the black again. I'm gonna add eyelashes. There you go. That's the little face. We're gonna do the same thing here. I think it's good enough. Yeah. So now we're going to clean the brush again. I like this tiny brush so much. There you go. I'm going to get some white paint and then paint a little reflections inside the eye. That's what makes the face a lot nicer. I can do the same thing here. Alright, so we're done with the faces. Now we're going to put the final touch, just adding the beard. So I'm going to use this to add the beard. It's glittery, it's white, it works. You can use probably any other similar texture to add the beard. No. We need scissors to cut the beard. So the way we're going to do it is we're gonna take the beard, and it should be long enough to paste it in the back, go around in the front, and then paste it in the back again. And then once we're done that, we're gonna put a little more of that beard or hair in the back here. Let's see, just making sure the face is dry. Touch it and see. Yeah, I think the face is dry, so I can start on the beard. Alright, so it will start here, and it will end here. Let's cut it. Alright, so my hot glue is ready. And attach the beard to the head. Let's see. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to put glue here. All around. Touch it here. Go around. So see, it's a little bit longer than around the head. So the reason why is because then I can add it here, and then it will go down. So we'll cover some of the head. We still need a little piece right there to cover this part. We can measure it like this. A little piece. So I'm gonna put the hot glue in here, and here, and then attach that part. Part over here too. And careful not to touch the hot glue. Use the scissors to touch it. Good. So the beard is attached. Now we're gonna add the beard to the second guy. I think we're done. Yeah. So you can finish like this. Just be done with them. Or you can add a little bit more touches to them. So I'm gonna finish them up. So I bought some little trees, Michael's mini trees. I'm going to use one to give it so he can hold it. There we go. So the gold one will hold the tree. And then I bought some these little canes and Michael's too, and the other I'm gonna hold them here like this. So we need to cut I'm gonna cut a bunch of hair. Clean my scissors on. So we're gonna cut this part off. Candy cane. So you hold the candy cane like this. But before that, we're gonna take a little bit more glitter and put it here. And we're gonna use silver glitter for this one. Candy cane. The arm. The way I do it is I just undo the arm, put it in. It's not super dry. I would wait until it's dry. Super cute. This looks a little bit angry.